Thank you, Marjo, for those kind words and that warm introduction, and for your excellent and energetic leadership as head of school. I loved seeing you at football games, holding your dog's leash with one hand and using the other to shake hands and pat the backs of students and parents alike. I also want to recognize Stuart Bainham, Vice President of the Board of Trustees, Tim Emerson, Director of the Upper School, and all the faculty who have provided these students with both superb educational opportunities and supportive mentoring. I know that all the faculty, alumni, parents, and siblings and family members gathered here today join me in extending our heartiest congratulations to the class of 2013. Now, I also have to thank one of the graduating seniors, Ben Boswick. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me with my speech. I couldn't have done it without you. I'm sorry I did not follow your wardrobe advice. Now, I wouldn't be a proud aunt if I didn't take a moment to embarrass my nephew. I told him I was going to do it. I asked him, "What do you want me to say tomorrow?" And he goes, "Just don't embarrass me." So I will. I'm singling you out. I can't help myself, because I know I speak for your parents and our entire family when I say we are so proud of you and excited to see what comes next for you. I'm sure the families of all the graduates are thinking the same. Where did the time go? Can't we stop the clock for just a little longer? So let me be the one to describe for the graduates some parental behavior changes you may begin noticing. Now, as a mom, I well remember the flood of emotions that engulfed me from the time Chelsea graduated from that other high school until the moment where Bill and I were told, along with all the other parents dropping their kids off at college, helping them move into their dorm rooms, that it was now time for us to leave. Now, I have to tell you, I had been steeling myself and working toward that moment. I was in overdrive. You may notice this among your mothers. I had lists of things that had to be bought, none of which she ever used after I moved them into her dorm room. So I knew, because I'd actually prepared myself, that this moment would come. Whereas my husband actually said, "Leave? Why do we have to leave? We just got here." And it was really embarrassing at the orientation for the families when the class speaker, I think a junior or a senior, stood up and looked out at all of us and said, "I know what your mothers have been doing. They've been cutting shelf paper and putting it in every drawer and shelf in your room." I was so embarrassed, because of course, that's what I'd been doing all morning. So yes, you will notice odd behaviors and hear strange comments coming from your parents and probably additional family members as well, which you just have to accept, graduates, as part of the separation anxiety they are facing. Now, you may be anxious only to get going, but they are equal parts proud of you and nostalgic for the child you were, and apprehensive about what you'll be doing in this next phase. It's already bad enough that they will never know where you are when they call, because you'll be on your cell, assuming you answer it, not at a stationary phone at the dorm. This is a huge mental problem that they will have to come to grips with. Now, you will only truly understand when you have kids of your own, so please be kind. Now, Zach's time here has made us a Maret family, but as you know, my daughter did go to that other school, which shall remain nameless. As Secretary of State, I got into some pretty difficult, tough conflicts, but I know better than to wade into a high school rivalry. I did notice, however, that the Frogs beat the Quakers this year. So let's just agree to call a ceasefire. But I am so delighted to be marking this occasion with all of you. For 4, 8, and for some of you, 12 years, Maret has been your home away from home. This community has been your second family, from the kindy cottage to the upper school. You've raced side by side in the soapbox derby and competed as fighting frogs. You've prepared experiments for science fairs, studied Spanish, French, Latin, and Chinese. You've completed hundreds of hours of community service with partners across the Washington area. You've developed friendships that will last a lifetime, maybe even fallen in love. So you've learned a lot of lessons already here in education and in life. But what's a graduation speech for, but to add to the list of lessons for your consideration, if you ever again even think of this moment. So the first lesson is Maret through and through. Embrace our common humanity even when it's hard. The theme this year at Maret has been Global Mosaic, a phrase I like because it is an apt description for our diverse country and our interdependent world. Each of us is a unique piece of that mosaic, but connected to all of the other unique pieces to make a striking whole that can be, if